Good afternoon and welcome to beautiful Cornwalls Heights. I'm here because I'm about to take an incredibly stupid 12-minute trip from here to North Philadelphia, the least used Amtrak station in Pennsylvania.
The following is a mini review of Cornwalls Heights.
Bus shelter, parking, platform, parking, accessibility, kind of, parking, grimy underpass, parking, bus connection, parking for bikes, old platform, new platform, parking, no parking, parking.
This concludes the mini review of Cornwalls Heights.
So this is basically a dinky SEPTA bus that starts out here, meets every train that comes in, and drops you off at your car at the lot on the other side of the tracks. The station is so massive that I guess I understand why this exists, but why does this exist? Literally asking where's your car, which one is your car, and like taking directions to it. There you go. I guess I could have said I was parked way down there, but I just kind of got off with everyone else. I didn't want to pretend. I can't believe SEPTA runs that. That is such a bizarre service. Well, now I have 20 minutes to kill until my Amtrak train. Maybe I'll jump cut me doing stupid things. How do you do a crunch? It's gonna be so bizarre getting an Amtrak train from here when most of them blast through like that. I also have to wonder if anyone's ever bought this ticket on Amtrak before. It cost me $14, so that's more than $1 per minute. Poor bid. Here it comes, Mr. Bumblebee. Oh, to be pal. Whoa!
Amtrak?
Yeah. Thank you.
Amtrak. All right. What's your name?
Miles.
Okay, Miles. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Are you going to the next stop?
Next up, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
All right, we made it. One person got off, it looks like. I guess I might as well use the free outlet for like 2 minutes.
North Philadelphia will be next. 30th Street, Philadelphia will be in 10 minutes. North Philadelphia first and then 30th Street.
Thank you. Wow, 3 offs. You know, oftentimes at these least used stations, I have a barometer of how screwed I feel watching the train go away. Here it's like there's a subway line that runs every 7 minutes or better. I mean, we're in the middle of the city. So I'm actually not going to commence the review right away because I have a special guest who's on his way. I said a special guest was coming. You're special.
It smells foul down there. Can I swear on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hi, it's Justin Roczniak. I'm the guy from the podcast. Welcome to beautiful North Philadelphia station. This is the most important station on the Pennsylvania Railroad, bar one other one, which is 30th Street Station, but not anymore. They screwed that up. See, our beautiful 4-track right-of-way has only 3 tracks on it.
It's accessible. It's electrified.
I was about to say it's electrified, but there's no tracks. You also need the tracks to run the trains.
Well, we could run some like rubber-tired autonomous vehicles along here.
You need pavement for that.
There is a SEPTA train here every, hour or so. Amtrak is once a day in the morning going to New York, and there are actually 4 trains coming out.
Who picks up the train here going to New York City? That's what I want to know.
I've heard that like one common use case is like people come in from the Chestnut Hill West Line and then transfer and commute. But I mean, there's not much in the way of amenities. This station is not accessible, despite there being an elevator. What can you see?
Scary movie shit in there, you know?
Oh, it's the shaft. Oh, it's not even, jeez.
Well, yeah, that's how elevators work, Miles.
Oh, I thought there'd be an actual, like, elevator.
Well, don't poop in the elevators, guy. They shut them down, and then disabled people can't use the station.
Because it's also high platform. It would be, if you had an elevator.
Again, this is a good, high-quality railroad station, and look at it. This was never designed as a commuter train station. This was always for long-distance trains. That's why the platforms extend so far that way, and also so far that way.
Right. We got someone trespassing across the Northeast Corridor. Would you advocate for that kind of safe behavior?
If you could get away with it, sure.
We've got this nice sign here. Oh, Chestnut Hill East is one word. If you're on SEPTA, you tap here.
The worst thing is there's a nice building underneath all of this. There's stuff behind all of these veneers.
This is where the elevator would have been.
Where the elevator was, that's the train above us.
This always keeps me out down here.
The purpose of the station was that rather than having to send trains like the Broadway Limited, stuff that went from New York City to Chicago or points west, rather than sending in the 30th Street station where they'd have to back up, they just stopped here and they kept on their way.
Right.
So this was always intended as sort of a long distance train station, at least in this current iteration.
And now it's like, you know, the Keystone will stop at 30th and then reverse out.
Is the Amtrak station open?
No. I think the Amtrak website says there's a building, but there isn't one.
Well, there is a building.
That's true.
There is a building.
The Amtrak website says, like, there is more frequent Amtrak service from 30th Street. So it's basically saying, like, don't use this station. Oh, well, there is.
Concrete details here.
And there's glass that isn't broken.
Are you sure?
Maybe not. No, actually, no, it's very much broken. It looks so apocalyptic in there.
It's not very good. It's not very good. You hear all those trains going by constantly?
Yeah.
More of them should be stopping here. This is the Amtrak building that was built on the site, I want to say in the 90s.
This building always feels like a bunker to me, like just an apocalyptic, you know, the world has ended, everyone died in here.
This is take 3 we're doing this.
I know, my camera keeps screwing up.
Incredible.
There's no door
no
that we can
door.
tell, aside from the one like
door to this
at the entrance, I guess. Someone managed to get this water bottle in here.
You got the nice Amtrak pointless arrow on the traffic circle, that's very nice. This is, to my knowledge, always been a parking lot.
Right.
There was a plan to put a couple buildings here a couple years ago, and that would have increased the relevance of the station.
Good, how are you?
But that sort of fell through. Not much movement has happened on that front.
Can you even park in this? Like, I always see it empty.
No one drives here to take the train. Why would you drive
I guess.
to take the train?
People do drive here to do donuts. This whole station just baffles me. It's just, all of it is nuts. Is this thing relevant at all?
I have no idea what that is.
Like, it could be an underpass. Can we get a look inside?
You're gonna see like a horror movie in there.
Oh yeah, there's just like a shopping cart with stuff in it. Maybe someone lives in there.
That sounds about right to me. I don't want to mess with anyone's house. Watch out for the more broken glass.
This is the Chestnut Hill West platform.
This is the Chestnut Hill West platform. You see we're on a rectangle of asphalt here.
Yes.
This rectangle of asphalt is where the original station building was for these tracks. This line was the brainchild of, I want to say, Harold Houston, grandnephew of Sam Houston. He owned a whole bunch of land up in Germantown up that way, and he was like, I gotta develop this shit. And he was a big Pennsylvania Railroad guy, so he's like, let's build a line up there. They did it as cheaply as possible, though. This is the worst engineered line on the Pennsylvania Railroad. That's why that junction over there, Lehigh Junction,
it's terrible.
is so bad. It's a flat junction. It's one of the worst junctions on the Northeast Corridor.
Hey, Atlantic City line.
Sure enough.
Which probably should stop here also.
You can also see over here, there's an underpass. This goes over there, as an underpass does. Look at that catenary. It's just horizontal.
Jeez. So they replaced the underpass with just one of those classic, like, level SEPTA things.
There's no shelter anymore. These used to be fully covered platforms.
There's kind of a shelter. Here, I'll meet you in the shelter.
This is supposed to have glass in it. They just need to, like, fix stuff.
This map does have Wawa. They did update the map.
One thing. It's not even got a frame.
SEPTA Regional Rail, North Philadelphia Station.
Well, you know, it still reads clearly in Braille.
Back into the hallway of doom.
For all y'all in Gibson's land, it's a good thing you don't have smell-o-vision.
Sure would be.
Take a train to Boston.
I was gonna say that. It'd be sure nice to take the train, like,
look at this
to Boston from here.
Holy crap.
Oh wow, we can see through it.
This is up there with, what's his name? Dan Ball's Dead Mall series. Or what is it? Another Dirty Room. That's the other one. We're here with another dirty train station.
Well, if there's a fire, I guess we'll be okay.
What's gonna catch fire? Apart from all the mildew.
Really beautiful, actually.
It's a really good building.
The Pennsylvania Railroad insignia.
This was designed by, what's his name? Theophilus something. I have this written down.
Oh, you took notes for the...
I was going to. Theophilus Parsons Chandler Jr.
Jeez, that's
Yes,
a old name.
This entire area was graded differently. We would have been about 8 feet below where we are right now. There was the grand staircase that led into the head house here. There was also a ramp which ran from the side of the building around and over into the seafood pleasures here.
With a Z.
There was a staircase that went down into the concourse that brought you over to the subway.
Now you have to walk to that
Gotta walk
entrance.
down there. Should we go in the AZ Budget Family Discount Store?
Yes, I've always wanted to.
This was actually still in use as the head house until 1976. The original outline of the building would be right here.
I can't really tell if anything's original in here.
There's probably something underneath all of this.
I mean, I guess it's adaptive reuse.
This is true.
Ooh, how much? I mean, it's a A to Z budget. Oh, 20 bucks.
20 bucks? That's not bad.
I mean, I see why it's A to Z budget. They sell everything in here.
Everything here, yes.
I see toilet seats. Oh, that was pretty fascinating. I'd rather have this than nothing, I suppose.
I think one day when this area develops more, I think this is going to go back to being a train station.
I do find interesting that the strip mall tried to copy the kind of style of the building. It's one of the classier strip malls I've ever seen in my life. This is the Broad Street line entrance.
What you can see is that the tiling changes here.
This wall.
This is where the concourse went off to next location.
I love the Pennsylvania station tiling.
This is a full-length mezzanine, but they've taken it and they've turned it from the greatest land use, which is train station, turned it into the worst land use, which is police station.
This is the other station in this complex. We're now kind of past Amtrak territory, but
Yes.
this is still interesting.
This is the North Broad Station. This was the Reading main line into Philly. Most of the long-distance trains stopped there, although it was not as important to the network as North Philadelphia was to the Pennsylvania Railroad. During the Railworks project in the 90s, SEPTA reduced this down to 2 side platforms as opposed to the 2 island platforms. And I think somewhat earlier than that, I want to say in the 60s, the main building here was sold off to become a motel. And then this is now supportive housing.
Maybe a better use than A to Z budget, but
It is a weird use for a railroad head house, though. These 2 stations are so close together and they have all of the SEPTA regional rail passing through them. You know, you gotta wonder, is it the best use?
I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Yes, it's a good building.
I mean, this one really depresses me when you know what it used to be.
The world's most luxurious station, no. The structure always freaks me out.
I see that, it's very rusty.
Yes.
If you are looking for a good spot to foam SEPTA, this is a good one. All right, we've come back to the Amtrak station because we're gonna have to do the ridership and review, but what's going on with this?
This is the Lehigh Tower. It controls the Lehigh interlocking.
You said controls present tense. Is this
Oh, I don't think
still...
it controls it
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
If you're not going to restore North Broad, you shove that station up here.
Yeah.
Put it right underneath North Philly. You have this nice transfer station. I don't know how many people would use it, but it would exist, especially if they expect any development to happen here in the future.
It'd be like our Secaucus Junction. Industry.
This was used as a suit factory until the 90s.
We're back in the tunnel.
Yes.
This is Terrazzo.
Got some nice terrazzo here, maybe original to the station. Hard to say what is original and what isn't. There's gonna be like layers and layers of shit. They gotta put some work into this thing.
It would be a long process, but it would be nice. I also love how these stairs are just caked with so many. Yeah. Time for the ridership. In 2019, this station got 1,968 people. Just how many per day?
5 a day.
Good mental math.
Yes.
You did that just now on
I
the
did that
spot.
entirely in my brain head.
Of course, the station's only open on weekdays, so I guess it would be slightly more per day if you did that exact
Don't
division.
question my math. They need to fix this station. A lot more people will use it if they fixed it.
That's a horrible screechy screech too.
Beautiful sounds, etc.
Well, I think we've now gotten a shot of every possible service that passes through here.
How are we rating the station? Out of how much?
All right, so we're going on a 10.
Out of 10. Who goes first?
You go first, you're the guest.
You know, I was willing to give this the benefit of the doubt. And I came here between the mildew, the needles, the poo gas, the general decrepitude of the place. This is a hard race between the 2 worst Amtrak stations I've been to, which is this and Thurmond. I'm going to say this is the worst one. I'm giving it a 1 out of 10.
Wow, fair enough. I was gonna go 2.
Yeah.
I give it a 2 because it's sheltered. There are benches. Like there are the very basicest of amenities you could possibly have.
I just want a vending machine. I'm thirsty.
How can they improve? Stop more trains here.
Yes.
Spruce up the station, but I guess that's more septic.
Reopen the head house. Don't have the staircase full of poop and needles.
I'd say that's a good
mildew.
plan, yeah.
If you cleaned up the poop and the needles and the mildew, I would be a lot happier.
Yeah, that'd be like a 3 out of 10.
So this is my advice to Amtrak, is that people don't like poop, needles, and mildew. I hope I'm not the first person to tell you that.
Unfortunately, it probably falls on SEPTA to improve it, right?
This is true.
Also, the Amtrak frequency is just terrible.
Well, they don't want you to use the station. This is the problem.
Yeah.
Amtrak's going to come through, they're going to add more poop, more needles, and more mildew, because they don't want you to use this station. They want you to use 30th Street.
So I guess that's the 3-step plan to improve the station.
Less poop, less needles, less mildew. Big, chunky turd downstairs that I just noticed right when we're walking down the stairs. This should not be how this station is. It's a nice station. It should not have a big, whopping, fat, steaming turd in the middle of the corridor.
All right.